This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Clarissa Shoamimo-Coker, following news that the final dose of their programme OCT 461-201 has been administered in phase 1 clinical trials. Well, hello Clarissa, thank you very much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great, thanks Mark. Thanks for having me.
It was good to be talking. Of course, we spoke about this last time that the trial had just started. You were all very excited at Oxford Canabinoid to get phase 1 underway. And now the final dose has been administered. So has everything gone according to plan?
Yes, absolutely. We're really excited to announce this morning that on Wednesday last week, we had our final healthy volunteer of a cohort, of the final fourth cohort of this phase 1 clinical trial into the clinic at Canabinoid down in Wales, administering that final dose successfully. And of course, closely monitored following that administration for any adverse events, and happy to report no adverse events, which is exactly what we're all looking for. In terms of further details, obviously we're waiting and now crunching the numbers and all the data that we've collected over that clinical trial, which had, as I said, 4 cohorts of healthy volunteers. We're crunching that data and we'll be delivering that final report. So we can't really say anything more in terms of results at this point, but safe to say it went as we expected, and we're very pleased with where we're sitting right now.
Okay, so anecdotally, there's been no adverse effects. So that's, of course, a good thing. Only got to wait 3 weeks or so for the main report to come out there. How was it working with Simbeca Ryan? Did you find the partnership worked very well? You communicated well together during the process?
Absolutely, yeah. They're a great team. They've been absolutely instrumental in getting this over the line for us. And of course, we're a big part of the MHRA submission and the application that we made, back in January. So they really are a long-term partner, and we've been delighted with the way that we've worked together with our team and theirs. Okay,
fantastic. I wonder if you can tell us a little bit about the program again, the actual pain problem that you're targeting. Of course, you appointed Dr. Farquhar Smith not long ago, who was a pain specialist as well. So clearly this is a big focus for the company.
Yeah, that's right. So Dr. Farquhar Smith is actually sort of the leading expert in chemotherapy-induced peripheral neuropathy, which is what we're targeting with this compound 46-1201. Now, CIPN for short, is a condition that affects patients who are undergoing chemotherapy. About 60% of patients who have chemotherapy go on to develop CIPN, which is a severe pain and sensitivity in the extremities. So, it becomes very difficult to perhaps hold a cup of coffee or drive a car. So it really is an inhibiting and debilitating condition. No current treatments out there at the moment. And of course, the impact on somebody who's already going through chemotherapy is not to be underestimated.
Okay, and with regards to what's coming next then with Dr. Farquhar Smith and going forward, do you expect these results in 3 weeks? Are you working already on the next sort of preparation?
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. So, it's a constant process, a constant evolution. So the team is working hard to look at the next steps for 46-1201, which will obviously be pending successful, or a satisfactory final report from the phase 1. The next studies that we need to do, including a MAD and a phase 2. So we'll be really looking forward to working with Paul Farquhar Smith on that work. Valentino and him are certainly in lots of conversations about that already, and planning as the next step is required for 46-1201.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. So we've really got results to wait for in about 3 weeks, and then we can, I guess, expect to see some plans for phase 2. I mean, realistically on timeline fronts, what would you be thinking about in terms of when you could, well, first of all, look to actually start phase 2, but also maybe you could articulate what phase 2 will be all about and some of the plans?
Sure. So phase 2, in terms of sort of expectations or what we're trying to achieve with that, it's the first time that you get to put the compound test the compound in patients who are actually living with the condition that you're trying to treat or alleviate. So it'll be the first time that patients with CIPN are having our medicine. Again, you're looking at safety and tolerability, but also crucially efficacy in phase 2. It's the first time that you officially get to check whether what you're doing actually has an impact in humans. Of course, we've got lots of preclinical data that gives us confidence that we have got a very good chance of being efficacious in humans. That's why we're in the clinic in the first place. But yeah, that's what phase 2 is really all about.
And do you know when you might be thinking about starting phase 2?
Well, we'll look to do it as soon as we can. It's again, that would be subject to funding. It's another next step in the journey. But we'll be doing it as quickly as we can, and we've got to, of course, wait for that report to come out first.
Indeed, yes. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time today, Clarissa Show-Mimo, Coker, the CEO of Oxford Cannabinoid Technologies.
Thanks, Mark.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.